Wear what you want to wherever you want to wear it to. Okay. Oh, that was a mouthful. Yay. Hey love, welcome back to my channel. I hope you and yours are doing so amazing today. If it's your first time being here, welcome. Kiki is my name. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't so we can connect and become fragrance friends. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at My Fragrance Trail. Listen, today's video is an enablers post. I got a lot of Arabic fragrances that are perfect for fall, autumn, whatever you want to call this season. So open up your shopping carts, open up those websites. It's time to start taking notes because these fragrances are top tier quality. They will have you smelling the best. You are going to stand out and you're going to have an amazing season smelling good. Now, if you'd like to know what these fragrances are, why don't you get settled, get hydrated, get your notepads. Seriously, this is going to be fun. Now, let's get into the video. We're going to start off with an OG. This is Cara, and this is a fragrance that I dare say introduced a lot of people to the world of Arabic fragrances. Now, this is one that smells like a spiced apple pie. It is so sweet and spicy. The spiciness coming from cinnamon and nutmeg. This is a sexy fragrance. This is a delicious fragrance. This is a boozy fragrance. Combining all these elements, you have such a masterpiece as a fragrance. Now, it is perfectly unisex, but to my nose, it smells so much better on women. It is one that has gotten me so many compliments. It stays forever on my clothes, leaves such a long-lasting and huge fragrance trail. People would legit stop you to ask you what you're wearing because it's happened to me so many times. So this is one that I would imagine that any fragrance lover, especially of Arabic brands, should have in their collection. I mean, it has become a classic, so much so that other brands have started replicating or duping this fragrance. Yeah, it's that good. For a fragrance that was released in 2022, Cara has made a name. Now, what I love to do is to layer it with Kawa. Kawa is a flanker of Cara as well. But in this case, it brings in some coffee and cardamom. I would say though that when it was initially released, I wasn't a big fan of it because I'm not a fan of coffee in my fragrances. However, as it's aged and sat in my collection for quite a while now, I cannot just stop wearing it or sniffing it. It is so beautiful. It feels a bit creamy, creamier than the actual or original Cara. So what I love to do is to layer them. So you're bringing in the sweetness and spiciness from here with the cinnamon and the nutmeg, and then you're bringing in the creaminess from Kawa. Combined, this is lethal. I mean, you're probably going to get yourself a brand new car while wearing this fragrance. Well, I mean, one can only imagine, right? But I'm trying to say that it will smell so good that you're going to get the best attention you can imagine. So that is my game and secret. And I would say wear these two together this fall and you'll be the best smelling person in any room you get into. And again, you might get yourself a car. Cara, my first recommendation for fall. Next is a hidden gem. You're not going to find it on Fragrantica, but I promise you it is so good. This is Zaher. Now look at the color of this juice. Do you see how dark it is? How intensely rich it is? That is to tell you what this fragrance is about. It is a dark fragrance. It has aged rum. I mean, very dark rum that has probably been in a barrel for such a long period of time. You also have some apples, some caramel, some nutmeg in here, some oud, just a little bit of oud at the background. This is a fragrance that I just think it's very sexy. I would say though that there's something slightly bitter in here. Maybe it's from the oud, but it is so sexy. Now, I don't think that this is a dupe of anything because Arabia Prestige, they make fragrances that are I would say original. I don't want to say semi-original, but it's just its own creation, but it may remind you of something. I'll put it that way. Zaher, I think, is one of those, but I really can't place what it is. Again, it might be an original creation. That being said, This lasts for a long time. It's gotten me compliments as well. Now, I know it doesn't look like I've used much because I got this in my collection towards, should I say, the end of winter. And so I didn't get to explore it so much, but the times I wore it, first of all, this is a nighttime fragrance. You don't want to wear it during the day because it is so strong, it's so intense. Two, this is one you want to be very specific about where you're wearing it to. You want to wear it to such a very upper echelon type event. You know, you don't want to waste this just anywhere. Well, wear what you want. Or wear what you want to wear. Wear what you want to where you want to wear it to. Anyway, this is a fragrance that is so rich, intense, intoxicating. I would also note that it smells slightly like just a little bit on the cusp of being masculine. But, you know, we push the envelope when it comes to fragrances. So if it gets too much for you in that masculine realm, try to mix it up with something like Cara or something very, very sweet, and you're going to enjoy this much. But me, I wear it on its own, and I love it. And I would recommend you to get this one, Zaher Lac. It's a boozy fragrance. It has that little bit of oud at the background. People are sleeping on this one. Don't sleep on this fragrance, I promise you. There's so many, oh my gosh, so many hidden gems with Arabic brands. I just want to bring all of them to you. But, you know, one of the things is accessibility. That being said, you can get this one. I'll put the link to where you can get this and all the other fragrances I'm listing here. This is Zaher Lac, a perfect fragrance for fall. Next is Amber Rhythm. Now, let me tell you, I got clocked last year when I featured this because I kept calling it Amber Thyme. And people were like, it's not Amber Thyme, it is Amber Rhythm. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. Amber Rhythm is such a severely underrated fragrance, especially for what it is offering. Like, this is one that is such a strong and decadent fragrance. I mean, you will smell so luscious, so delicious, so good enough to eat. And then it performs incredibly well, which is what we're looking for in the colder months. Amber Rhythm, to me, is the best of two amazing classics. I'm talking Baccarat Rouge 540 and Arabian's Tonka. I mean, I said that the same time when I featured it last year, and I'm saying it again. That's what this reminds me of. Some people do say that they get Baccarat Rouge 540 and Angel Share. That is fine. But just know that you're getting two amazing classics or popular fragrances in one, which is sometimes hard to do. This is a compliment magnet. This is beast mode. This is long lasting. What else are you looking for? It's so good. You got some cinnamon, some tonka bean, some saffron. It's just delicious fragrance. The vanilla also shows up here as it settles in. I'm telling you, this is so good. This is still where I'm at because of how long lasting and intense or strong it is as a fragrance. So you don't even have to spray too much. When I tell you the cloud of sweetness that will surround you when you wear this fragrance, you do not want to miss it. Now, it is priced higher in comparison to some of the fragrances listed here, but when you think about the two gems that it merges or fuses together, this is worth having. I mean, the price of Baccarat Rouge 540 or Arabian's Tonka are not things you want to joke with. So when you can get something that is a hybrid of both of them in one for way less, I think this is a no-brainer. It is so good, worth having in your collection. This is Amber Rhythm by Afnan. Next is Liquid Bron by French Avenue or Fragrance World, sister companies. This is a fragrance you need in your collection. When I tell you that this is a one-to-one of Alter by Parfum de Marly, please believe me, I have no reason to lie to you. It is that good. It is done so perfectly. You will not be able to tell them apart. This fragrance always gets sold out because others have tried it as well and they can attest to how identical both fragrances are. And for a fraction of the cost of the original fragrance, come on, this is worth owning in your collection. Now, it is a spicy vanilla fragrance that also brings in some citrus quality from the bergamot. It also turns creamy as it settles in because you have some gaiac wood in here and some elemi, right? This is one that people love to smell. I mean, when I say this is a crowd pleaser, I kid you not. Everyone that I know of that has smelled this is like, what are you wearing? Smells so good. It smells so expensive. It is an amazing fragrance to have in your collection. I would say though that it leans just a little bit masculine, but that has never stopped us from rocking the fragrance. Listen, ladies, get your hands on this one. It is so good. It is spicy, creamy, citrusy, a beautiful combination of notes that brings in that vanilla that is perfect for fall. Get your hands on this one. It always gets sold out. This is Liquid Bron. Next is December Vanilla by Paris Corner. You know what I love about this bottle is the fact that the notes are shown behind it and the shape of a vanilla is embossed right here, which I think is so neat. I mean, you don't get to see that a lot in fragrances where the notes are on the bottle. More brands need to do that. Now, December Vanilla is such a rich, patchouli heavy fragrance with some brown sugar. This is also very boozy. You have some rum in here. This is so delicious. It is so rich. It is so redolent. This is one that smells sweet throughout the wear of the fragrance. You're getting that huge presence of sweetness from the brown sugar. In fact, it smells like a caramelized dessert. Think about a creme brulee. You know the crust around the creme brulee, how it gets burnt and sweet. Oh, that is how good December Vanilla is. And then that booziness from the rum stays throughout this fragrance as well. It's such a boozy dessert of a fragrance. It's that good. You also have some leather in here and patchouli. Now, let me tell you, if you don't like patchouli, this may not be your cup of tea. But if you're open to it, and you're going to see a lot of fragrances in fall with patchouli, actually. So I would say open your mind to it. But patchouli is also a prime note in this fragrance. So patchouli, rum, vanilla, of course, and brown sugar are the key notes of this fragrance, and it is so good, so good, so long lasting, beast mode. It stays, it performs. It is everything you can imagine and more for a fragrance with those notes. December Vanilla is Paris Corner's take on Vanilla Royal Sugared Patchouli, is that how it's said, by Kayali, which is quite a popular fragrance. This to me is a keeper though. I once had that but decluttered it, but December Vanilla has stayed with me. To me, it's a bit creamier and just more delicious. That is it for me with this one, and it's definitely a staple for fall. Add this to your collection. If you love your patchouli, you're gonna love this one. This is December Vanilla. Next is Flirt by Fragrance World. This is such a beautiful artsy bottle in my opinion. Here you have a lioness protecting her tribe. And let me tell you, this bottle is heavy. To me, it can also be a centerpiece and a great conversation starter, right? Very regal as well, that's what I think. Now, Flirt. If you love baby cat, but you've always wanted something sweeter, Flirt is your answer. It is all baby cat with infusion of some caramel. That's what you're getting with Flirt as a fragrance. You still have your incense, your leather, your vanilla, your oud, all of the factors that made baby cat a classic. You're getting it in here with the sweetness from caramel. What is there not to love? And in case you don't know what baby cat smells like, it's a spicy vanilla fragrance, easily worn by men or women. It is such a sexy scent as well. It is one that is a bit complex though, so you have to know what you're getting into. It's not your typical vanilla. It's not even your typical spicy vanilla, because that incense adds a touch to it, making it just very classy. Yeah, incense makes fragrance smell classy. It depends on how it's worked in any way. You're going to get that with baby cat and also present here in Flirt. Let me tell you, I love my baby cat. I think it is a masterpiece, but it became really overrated because a lot of brands replicated it and it was losing the factor for me. I'm a sweet tooth. I want some sweetness in my fragrance. So I haven't really paid it that much mind. And then came Flirt. I'm like, yes, you got it right now. That caramel has turned this into what I really wanted baby cat to be. It is so good. The sweetness is present. It's front and center. It stays. It gives you what you want. People have asked for this, and I'm happy that Fragrance World listened and made a beautiful fragrance with Flirt. Check it out if you love your baby cat, but you've always wanted sweetness. You're going to get that with Flirt. It is long lasting. Let me tell you that. Oh, this will stay on your clothes for a day. Again, if you spray like I do, which is team over spray your hair, you're gonna enjoy this one. This is Feared by Fragrance World. Next is Al Alsaf by Lattafa. This is one of their many hidden gems. So this is their take on Spice Bomb Extreme by Victor and Rolf. You know that fragrance, very popular, especially with men, right? It's a vanilla that has some tobacco presence, very spicy, and you're getting that spiciness in here. But the opening, the opening can be a bit polarizing because once you spray, you're getting what smells like Coca-Cola. I get it, okay? But it's not bad. Just wanting to let you know what to expect at the opening. This is one that brings in tonka bean, elemi, some spices like myrrh here, and the vanilla, of course. But I think that dry down is where the beauty, the magic happens, making this so addictive. It is creamy. It is warm. This is one that you want to wear on a night out and you're going to get a lot of attention. It is so good. It is beast mode. It projects so well. It smells so good. And it is one of their affordable fragrances. I mean, you can get this for $20, sometimes even less. No one is talking about this. You have to get this in your collection. If you tried Spice Bomb Extreme, that is an attention magnet fragrance. Like I wore it a lot last year because I had like a huge decant and that was something I always wore frequently. Got compliments from men wearing that fragrance. So seeing that Lattafa replicated that, I was like, yes, give it to me. I got it. Such a beautiful vanilla, masculine leaning, but can easily be worn by women. I wear it. You're gonna enjoy this one. It lasts quite long. I would say though that there's something about this fragrance that just sets the stage or sets the tone for the holidays. It's just something about it. It's like the holidays here, Thanksgiving is approaching, get ready to see family and friends. That is the beauty of this fragrance. Yeah, it is a good one. Get it, seriously. Next is Scent of Seduction by Saffron. And look at this so pretty bottle. Oh, I think it's gorgeous. This right here is a brand that more people need to know about. Now, Saffron is a sister company to Swiss Arabian. It is part of the Swiss Arabian parent group. Quick one, a lot of these Arabic brands have sister companies on the market. So you're going to see Swiss Arabian and also Saffron. The same way you're going to see French Avenue and Fragrance World, also Maison Alhambra and Lattafa. I could go on and on and on. But just letting you know, sister companies do exist. Back to this fragrance. If you love leather, if you love cotton candy, both married, have a baby, you're getting Scent of Seduction. That is it. Nothing else. Warm, creamy leather notes with sweet cotton candy. That is what this fragrance is about. Nothing more, nothing less. There are other notes, don't even care about those. Those two, leather and cotton candy, is the beauty of this fragrance. Oh my gosh. Ooh. You will smell so wealthy with this fragrance. You're going to fall head over heels in love with this one. This is a rich, addictive, intoxicating, very enchanting fragrance. I'm telling you, you have to check it out if you're into leather and sweet fragrances, especially now. This is the right time to whip this out. Rock the world, rock your world, rock any other person's world, because this will get you compliments as well. It is so good. I will say though that if you love fragrances like Paramour by Oman Luxury, yeah, that's the same thing you're getting here. To me, I would call it a dupe. Was it intended to dupe it? Probably, because this came out in 2023 and Paramour came out, was it 2 years ago or 2 years to that? So, I mean, do the maths. But if it's not intended to be a dupe, my bad. But I would say they smell alike. I have both fragrances and yeah, they're literally the same thing. Leather and cotton candy, that's what I'm getting. It's so delicious, it lasts so long. Oh my God, you smell so amazing wearing this fragrance. If you enjoy the typical wealthy Arabic royalty scent, you're gonna get all of that and more with Scent of Seduction by Saffron. Next is Cara's Secret Musk by Khadlaj, and this is their take on Arabian's Tonka by Montal. I'll let you know though that you're not getting 100% one-to-one replica in here. This is for those who have said that Arabian tonka is too sweet, the sugar there is too much. Well, you have your prayers answered, because with Secret Musk, the sugar is slightly muted out, slightly. It's still sweet, but not as intense. And you have more of some creaminess from chocolate. Think white chocolate. That's what you're getting in here, with some red fruits to just like marry in the creaminess, making it like sweet, slightly fruity and creamy. That is what you're getting with Cara Secret Musk. I mean, it's a fun fragrance to wear. Because I'm not that much of a fan of chocolate, I don't wear it that often, but I know people who swear by this. I mean, I can imagine that this is one of Khadlaj's best-selling fragrance, because a lot of people love it so much. And so, I mean, I have it in my collection. I've had people try it out. They love it. They bought it. And yeah, it's a great one to have, which is why I'm recommending it here. I don't only talk about things that I love. I talk about things that I know people have tried and enjoy, okay? So that we're not biased. I would also say that this is not a huge projector, okay? You're not getting beast mode, but on your clothes, it's going to last for quite a while. Spray like I do, team over sprayer here, and you're going to get great performance from this. So a creamier take on Arabian's tonka is how I describe this. It's still delicious. It's still beautiful. It is creamy, and that's what you're getting with Cara Secret Musk, a beautiful fragrance to actually have for fall. Next is an inspired take on Vanilla Planifolia by Guerlain, and this is by the brand Amir Oud, and this is an extrait de parfum, and oh my gosh, I had to feature this in here because let me tell you, this right here is one of the best and most sensual, most seductive, sexiest vanilla fragrances I've ever smelled in my entire life. I kid you not. This fragrance is so intoxicating. It's so addictive. There's something about it that is so sexy. So good I had to buy a backup bottle immediately, because I'm like, I have to smell like this all the time, especially in fall. I mean, you're not stopping me. This fragrance will make people do things you never imagined they could do. I'm telling you, it is such a wonderful is putting it too muted. This is such an invigorating vanilla. Like, it does something to your senses. That's how good this is. So if this is what this fragrance smells like, I just cannot imagine how fantastic the original creation is. No wonder it's literally sold out everywhere. I mean, the original came out in 2021. A lot of people fell in love with it, and now we have an extrait de parfum version of that. Oh my gosh, you need to get this fragrance. It is amazing. So I heard about this first from a Lollipop as well as Ketra. They spoke so highly about this. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting it, and they told no lies. And it's so long lasting. Literally the notes in here are vanilla and Madagascar vanilla. Madagascar vanilla is the more expensive version of vanilla, okay? It's infused here, but I can smell some musk. I think musk adds to that sensuality, that sexiness that is in here. I can get that from the musk. There's something about this fragrance. Once you put it to anything, it sticks. Like, it sticks to your clothes, it sticks to your hair, it sticks to everything. You have to be mindful of it. Of course, it's an extrait de parfum, so you're getting that heavy oily presence, making it retain so much potency. It is that good. Now, Amira Oud is based out of Texas, right? But they're an Arabic brand, so I had to feature them in here. They make a lot of inspired fragrances and original scents too, so definitely check them out. I'm going to put their details in here as well. But yeah, this one, do not sleep on it. Wives get this, future brides get this, fiancés get this, women get this. Get this. That's literally what I'm trying to say. It is a sexy vanilla, and that's what you need this fall. Next is for my patchouli lovers, those who also have a sweet tooth with their love for patchouli. You're going to fall in love with this one. This is Pride by Night by Fragrance World. And of course, the bottle deserves its tens. This is what it looks like up close, right? And I love to put it this way. It looks like a purse, and you open it like so. Now, the stunning Abby, you know her. Her channel is From Abby with Love. Shared that this bottle looks just like the Museum of the Future in Dubai, and she is spot on. I didn't even know that that existed, so thank you so much for sharing that, Abby. Now, this right here. is that girl. Pride by Night is for my patchouli lovers with a sweet tooth. Think freshly cut patchouli mixed with warm, freshly baked praline. That is so good. Think about brown sugar, caramelized brown sugar and milk, sweet milk, condensed milk mixed with patchouli. That is what you're getting with this fragrance. Oh my God, it is a solid creation. I've never smelled anything like this in my collection. I don't know that this is duping anything because, again, it's an original creation, right? This is so good. Praline at its sweetest mixed with patchouli at its freshest is what you get with Pride by Night. You see, this is so thick, so rich, so heavy from that milkiness, that creaminess you're getting in the praline. And I can just wear this all fall. Like, this is so good. In fact, this would also work amazingly well in winter. You cannot wear this any other season. Like, if it's warm outside, it is going to be too much for a lot of people, even yourself. Pride by Night sticks to everything. I mean, I'm wearing this. I can smell it on my clothes, on my bed, on everything I touch. So I don't even bother layering this with anything or wearing it with something else because it overshadows everything. It is such a thick fragrance, so long lasting, gets me so many compliments. In fact, this is so good. And let me tell you, I've been very stubborn. I've been wearing this at nighttime in summer. Don't do that. But that's when I've been getting the compliments. But now is the time to really wear this one. And you would enjoy it if you love your patchouli and your sweet fragrances, or you want to give it a try. This is one to check out. This is Pride by Night by Fragrance World. Now, what is a list without this OG? This is Amira Oud Intense Oud. I like to describe this as the OG before the OG because this had its moment years ago. Even before Cara, this was the fragrance. It's a perfect replica of By the Fireplace by Maison Martin Margiela. Lattafa did such a fantastic job with this one. And let me tell you, the more this ages, the stronger it gets. This has been my one and only bottle. And it's getting darker, it is getting richer, it is getting stronger, more intense, and I love that. I crave this a lot once the weather starts getting cold, which is the only time I'll recommend you wearing this fragrance. Now, Amira Oud Intense Oud is your dark vanilla fragrance. It's all about your vanilla, your sugar, your oud. The oud smells sort of burnt, the sugar smells slightly burnt, the vanilla smells very dark. This is so sexy. I know, right? How can burnt oud and burnt sugar and dark vanilla smell sexy? Well, it does. It is such a long-lasting fragrance too. It is also unisex, okay? This is a fragrance that just takes center stage once you wear it. There's something about it. You embody confidence while you wear this fragrance because it just puts you in the right frame of mind. Like, I'm a boss. I am in control. That is the vibe of Amira Oud Intense Oud. It is so good. You have to love oud to enjoy this fragrance. It is just a special type of vanilla. Literally the same thing as By the Fireplace. If you love that, you love this. For a fraction of the price, the more it sits, the stronger it gets. What is there not to love? This is Amira Oud Intense Oud. Get it. Get it. Oh my gosh. This is fantastic for fall. Next is Al Jawhara by Lattafa. This is from the Anish Emirati collection, which is more exclusive, higher priced fragrances. And look at this bottle. I love the shade of blue. And then you also have flower petals embossed on the cap and at the bottom of the bottle. You also have gemstones in the middle. Even at the cover, at the top of the cap, it's literally there as well. This is just wild. But anyway, Al Jawhara, this is a regal fragrance. It smells as regal as it looks. This is one for a woman who has certain standards. That's the best way to describe this. And it is such a unique fragrance. The accordion forms is very unusual. Here you got some plum, some pink pepper, some davana, some patchouli, some osmanthus. Notes that you don't typically see combined together because they have that level of intensity from each side. But it's blended so beautifully well. Very, very unusual. That's the only word I can think about. Something enigmatic about it as well. Like it possesses something. You have to be of a certain level to wear this fragrance. And when I mean level, mentally, it's not something for a person who is shy, who is soft-spoken, no. Because you command a presence while you wear this fragrance. And I'm being 100% honest with you. Now, also, when I did spray it the first time, it sort of reminded me of Ajwa, which is also by Lattafa, and that is their take on Dates Delight, but in a spicier form. I got that at the opening, but the beauty of this fragrance really shows up and shows out in the dry down. In the dry down, it turns into something quite creamy, a little bit fruity. You know, the plum really bursts out. Like you have very fresh, juicy plum. The osmanthus comes in with that sort of milky, lactonic, slightly green feel. This is a fragrance that is hard to describe, more experience to be enjoyed. Very, very unique. You know that you're not going to smell like any other person, or another person is not going to smell like you. This is one, it smells complex. So I would advise you getting a sample to try it out. And when I tell you this lasts long, the first time I got it, I put it, boom, boom, sprayed it. I was like, oh my God, this was my literally reaction. I was like, huh, oh my gosh. And then I let it go, washed my hands, was going about my business, but I could still get this smell that was sweet and slightly fruity and a bit green and creamy, just different concoctions of notes coming together. And it was from this fragrance because it was the only thing I sprayed on my left hand, right? I was blown away. So it is quite intense and very, very strong, very unique a fragrance. One that I think if you wear in fall, you're going to get a lot of attention. You're going to smell different and in the very best possible way. So long lasting, worth having in your collection if you love complex, very special type of fragrances that are enjoyable. This is one you should definitely check out. Not a lot of people are speaking about it, and you have to get it. Seriously. When I speak about fragrances, I speak about complex fragrances, be it sweet, be it fruity. This is one of them. This is Al Jawhara. Next is Mirage Exclusive by Fragrance World. And if you've always wanted Bewitching Yasmin by Penhaligon's, then this is the fragrance you need to get because this dupes that fragrance down. Okay? If you're not familiar with Bewitching Yasmin, it is a spicy coffee as a fragrance, spiced coffee. You're getting cardamom being the focal note there with very dark coffee. You also have some floral nuance from jasmine and the presence of very strong fickle oud. I'm talking Laotian oud, which smells very animalic. So see, this is another one of those fragrances that you need to know what you're getting into to really experience and enjoy it. Let me tell you, there are so many people who love Bewitching Yasmin. I believe it's one of the best sellers in Penhaligon's. Don't quote me. But because of how unique it is, how special it smells, a lot of people have been gravitating towards it. And most times it's very inaccessible or maybe sold out. It is such a very special fragrance. There's something very mysterious about it. And you're getting all of that factor in Mirage Exclusive. Let me tell you. Don't go blind buying this one. Honesty is always my policy. Don't go blind buying this if you don't understand that concept of oud, very strong barnyard oud with coffee, cardamom, floral notes like jasmine. This may not be up your interest point, but if you're familiar, you want it, you want something affordable, this you should get. Why am I recommending it here? I love Bewitching Yasmin. Again, complex fragrances is my thing, and I enjoy it so much. And this is one that I probably will not get a lot of compliments when I wear it, but those who are familiar, like if I'm in a space where I know there are people who are connoisseurs of fragrances, they will get this fragrance. But if I'm in the midst of people who are very conservative, in fact, I won't even wear this to their midst. You know what I mean? So this is a very special fragrance, but worth owning in your collection this fall. If you're into oud as a fragrance, very strong oud as a fragrance, coffee and cardamom coming together with jasmine, very, very special. You also have some vanilla and incense here, but those stay at the background. This more or less focuses on the oud, the jasmine, the coffee, and the cardamom, making for something very haunting. So if you're into mystery, something mysterious, Get this for fall. Next is Alia Gold, one of my absolute favorite fragrances, well, vanilla fragrances by Lattafa. This right here is a gem. It has to be a staple in your collection if you love vanilla fragrances. Now, this is Lattafa's take on Rosendo material number 5, and they got it to the T. This is perfectly done, so long lasting. It's your caramel, your leather, your vanilla. This is a fragrance that people sometimes refer or compare with Baby Cat as well, because Baby Cat smells a lot like Rosendo Materials number 5. So it's all within that ballpark and that market. But still, this is one that is so sexy. It's also a very seductive vanilla. This is a perfect date night fragrance. Like, that's the only time I recommend you wearing this one, because you create a beautiful aura around you when you wear Alia Gold as a fragrance. So seductive. Men love this fragrance on women, I'll tell you that. And it just lasts long. This is also one that it gets stronger as it stays in your collection. I would say, though, that people have been complaining about this rubber or burnt tire or burnt rubber smell, which I get just at the opening. But as it goes away, settles in, it's all about the beautiful vanilla, the leather and the vanilla, that very creamy, warm coziness that you're getting. That is what this is about. It projects so well. It is so sexy. I can't just stop having this fragrance around me or stop wearing it. It is that good. So extremely potent. When I tell you that, I mean it. You may get an aspect to this fragrance. You're like, oh, I can't smell it anymore. But I promise you, people can smell this around you. It's one of those fragrances that sort of camouflages. You get so used to it that you think no one can smell you, and then you may feel compelled to spray again. I wouldn't recommend that. This is one that just go easy on the sprays, because it is quite strong, and yeah, it leaves such a great fragrance trail. Very, very sexy. One of the sexiest vanilla fragrances, and it's also unisex, I will mention. Get this for fall, which is the perfect time to wear it. This is Alia Gold by Lattafa. Next is Amber Saffron by Fragrance World. So when I initially featured this, I thought it was a dupe for Oud for Greatness, but I have been informed that it is an original creation, which makes a lot of sense, because as I've been wearing this, I've been saying that it just is a very special fragrance that, hear me out, that makes you smell very expensive. This is one that when you wear it, you smell like someone with a chain of companies. You smell like someone who is running things. You smell like someone who is in control. Basically, you smell like a boss. You are the leader, not the follower. That is what this fragrance encompasses. It is just well blended. It's oud, it's saffron, it's patchouli, notes that are done so elegantly, so well crafted in this fragrance. I had mentioned this before. If this is kept in a high-end store, it could be sold for a certain price and you will gladly buy it without missing a beat. Again, you have to love your oud, you have to love your saffron. You know what those two notes do together when used properly in fragrances. You're getting that in here. It smells like money. It smells like wealth. It smells like class. It's not a sweet fragrance. It is a very bold scent. It is mature, meaning mentally mature. That is the vibe of this fragrance. It is so long lasting, okay? Because it really is an extrait de parfum. So you're getting that performance, that composition in here. I love it so much. Check it out. For fall, my oud lovers, this one's for you. This is Amber Saffron. Next is Zaher by Lattafa, and this is such a special bottle. This got people a bit conflicted, because what is this? They kept asking. Is it the eye of a dragon? What are we getting here? I don't know. I just love looking at the bottle, and it is quite heavy. To avoid distractions, let's just hold it this way. Zaher is a fragrance that is for my almond nuts lovers. If you love your almond nuts, this is for you. If you love something a bit warm, this is for you. Slightly woody, this is for you. To my nose, this reminds me a lot of Milk Plus by Commodity and Intimate Silhouette by Cristiano Siriano. Is that his name? That is a designer who was on Project Runway, and he started his own fragrance brand as well. So Cristiano's fragrance is also similar to Milk Plus by Commodity. In fact, that is an alternative. So both fragrances, Milk Plus as well as Intimate Silhouette, have the same facets you're getting in Zaher, or Zaher has the same facets you're getting in both fragrances. This doesn't smell like Camera. It doesn't smell like Almond Harmony or any other fragrance that people have listed there. I have those fragrances. I can tell you that it's different. Zaher is a nutty, woody fragrance, a bit creamy and warm. This is a fragrance that you can layer with others. I love to layer this with Camera to bring in that sweetness, because this is woody, it is creamy, it is nutty. So Camera is one I love to wear with this one. I also have tried layering it with Eclair. Oh my gosh, deliciousness. So bring in some sweetness into Zaher and you're going to love it so much more. Someone had mentioned there was oud. I don't get any oud. I think you really need to let your fragrances, with Arabic fragrances, especially those that are gourmand, I usually tell people to wait a little bit. It's just a select few that I'll try to get the exact performance of what the concept is. But for fragrances like this, let it sit a little bit. You will get the true value of it. What you do is spray out once or twice and then let it sit. You will get it bloom so well. This is one I got when summer just started. And now, as we're getting into the colder months, I'm telling you, it's one that I cannot wait to wear a lot more. It's woody, it's nutty, it's creamy. This is there. Next is Zikra by Lattafa. This is also from their Niche Emirati collection. And look at this bottle. Tell me you're not just blown away by it. Or is it just me? I don't know, there's something special about this. Now I'll tell you something. If you have been looking for Angel's Share, like the actual dupe for Angel's Share, it's not Camera, it is not Zaher, it is Zikra. I'm telling you, 1-to-1-to-1 of Angel's Share is what you're getting with Zikra. And this is also one that is under the carpet. People are not talking about it, and that's okay. That's okay. Though I'm offended, that's okay. Seriously, Zikra is good. It lasts so long. It projects so well. It is like an amazing fragrance. Compliment magnet. What is there not to love? Angel Share, boozy, apple, cinnamon fragrance. Very sweet, very delicious, very addictive. Such an intoxicating fragrance. You're getting all of that with Zikra. I tell you that there are so many dupes on the market. This is the one. This is Angel Share. Get it. Angel Share is a staple for fall, right? Yeah. So now that we're getting into the season, get Zikra. No, for real. Let me be serious. Zikra is so long lasting. The first time I tried it, it was on a shirt I was wearing from morning till as we got into the evening. I could still smell it. And that's because I didn't even spray as typical. I got it, I sprayed it, I had something else I wanted to wear. But on that same spot that I sprayed Zikra, I could still smell it well towards the evening. That is how strong this fragrance is. So if you love your Angel Share and looking for the right dupe or alternative, forget the others. Even Maison Alhambra has Kismet. Maison Alhambra is related to Lattafa. Just put that aside. This is the one you get, Zikra. This one is top tier, okay? You're getting the performance, you're getting the quality, you're getting the intensity, everything you're looking for, you're getting with Zikra in this fragrance because it's part of the Niche Emirati line. I bought this and I was praying for it to come in one piece and it came. I was like, thank you, God. I'm going to link where I purchased this as well so you can access it. It is good. It is Angel Share 1-to-1. You need this in your collection. The best dupe of Angel Share that is perfect for fall. This is Zikra. Next is what I think will be your favorite vanilla for fall. This is ANGHAM. It's a new release by Lattafa. This is what the bottle looks like up close. I don't understand why it has some musical bars around it, but Lattafa will always Lattafa, right? Now, ANGHAM is their take on Burberry Goddess, and let me tell you, don't even bother yourself. If you know the DNA of Burberry Goddess, you're getting the exact thing in here with better performance. I'm telling you, you're going to smell like freshly baked vanilla cookies with an infusion of some lavender. That is what this smells like. And it has gotten me so many compliments in less than a week of owning this fragrance. This is one that I've been wearing to run errands because it's so like very airy as well. Even though it performs really good, it's one that I just have been gravitating toward. There's something about it that just makes me feel pretty. And yeah, ANGHAM is giving that to me. The compliments are coming in. It smells so good. I know I smell so good. What is there not to love about it? If you've always enjoyed what Burberry Goddess smells like, but you've been concerned about performance and pricing because it's on the higher side for a designer fragrance, save your money. Get ANGHAM. No jokes, no lies. This is so good. It just blows my mind how these houses get the exact DNA of the fragrances to the T. That's what happened with ANGHAM by Lattafa. I dare say nothing else because what else is there to say? No, seriously, get your hands on this one. It smells so delicious. You're going to smell absolutely mouth-watering. And I don't know what's going to happen after that if someone smells you. So you don't want to wear this around someone you don't like. Rather you wear this on dates with your loved one, your partner, your hubby. Yeah, if you're trying to get something from your partner, this is a fragrance to wear. That's my little secret. This is ANGHAM, perfect for fall. And finally, the fragrance that more or less broke the internet this year, this is ECLAIR. Do you remember where you were when you heard about ECLAIR? Okay, that's been too dramatic, no. But I feel that this is one of the fragrances from Lattafa that really shook up the community because it is like an actual one-to-one dupe of the OG fragrance. They got it right, especially because there was already an alternative or dupe by another brand on the market that didn't really satisfy the cravings of people. When this came out, I mean, till today, people cannot tell this apart from the OG. In case you don't know what the OG is, ECLAIR is a dupe of Bianco Latte, which is such a phenomenal lactonic gourmand fragrance. You're getting the exact same thing in ECLAIR as a fragrance. Like, this is one of those fragrances, I don't know if a backup bottle is like likely to happen anytime soon because it is so long lasting, it is so potent, it is so strong, it is so sweet, it is so intense, it is all the words you can think of when describing a fragrance that is well crafted, a lactonic fragrance, a gourmand fragrance, a compliment magnet. This will draw people to you. This will get you all the attention. This will get you devoured. This will get you locked up. This will have you doing things and making wishes you don't want to do or make. Okay, no, seriously, this is a great fragrance. One of the best offerings by Lattafa this year in terms of inspired fragrances. It is ECLAIR. So good, so good. If you haven't gotten your nose on this, I beg of you. Of all the fragrances here, this is in the top 5. Top 5 you have to get into your collection. This is a staple for fall. It has to be added to your collection. I beg of you. You do not want to miss the sweetness, the deliciousness, the intensity of this gourmand heaven. And I talk this way when I really love a fragrance. If you get to know me, you'll know that I smile, I talk with so much passion. It's because I want you to smell as good as I do. I don't know. Was that braggadocious? I don't know. Sometimes you let the humble pie down and you speak up. I'm kidding with you. Seriously, this is a fantastic fragrance to have. You need it in your collection to smell absolutely delicious. If you want to smell like a snack, this is the one for you. Perfect for fall. This is ECLAIR. What a sweet way to end this video, right? I hope you got a thing or two from this list. No, seriously, now is the time to update your wish list, update your shopping cart, click buy, open up those websites. This is the time to get the best and most affordable fragrances from Arabic brands that will have you smelling so incredible, so delicious, and you'll be the best smelling person in any room. I mean that. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Just like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Until then, stay blessed, stay beautiful. You're so beautiful, and you see the light around you. The world has to see it. It radiates so beautifully, and you are made for more. See you soon.